5 p.m. weekdays. That's 4434 Crenshaw in historic Leimert Park. During the holidays and every day, let's remember, we keep us safe. We keep us warm. We are the safety net. And together, we can cover the unsheltered. Get caught up in the spirit of the season, the spirit of love. Make a difference with your friends at KBLA Talk 1580. Good morning, and welcome to First Things First with Dominique DiPrima. I am your guest host today, sitting in for Dominique. My name is Dr. Sunshine Crawford. I happen to also be the host of the Dr. Sunshine Show, which airs right here on KBLA Talk 1580 on Sunday mornings from 8 to 9 a.m. I am finding it to be my absolute pleasure to sit in for Dominique today as she is traveling for the holidays. We are holding down the fort, as they say, here in the studio this morning. We are going to keep the train on the track. We have so many wonderful things to talk about as we are embarking inside of this pre-Thanksgiving or this Thanksgiving Eve day. So much to talk about as we're looking forward to family gatherings, good food, love, good vibes, and sunshine. Listen, I'm going to tell you, if you know anything about me, you know you have to pull out your morning cup. Grab yourself a cozy little drink, get comfortable as we head into this second hour. Joined with me this hour, I have a very special guest, another one, and I'm honored to have Jewel Diamond Taylor with us this morning. She is a renowned life coach. She's an author and wellness educator. She's been inspiring audiences for like 30 years, maybe more, as the founder of Women on the Grow Incorporated, and as an Emmy Award winner as for associate producing. Jewel brings her wisdom, her resilience, and her humor to every conversation. We're looking forward for her ushering in some of that this morning. So whether it's goal setting, personal growth, or navigating family dynamics, Jewel's insights, they're going to motivate us this morning, and we're going to tap into them as we thrive on into this holiday season. Welcome to First Things First with Dominique DiPrima, Jewel Diamond Taylor.
And blessings to you, Dr. Shalonda. Thank you for having me.
Oh, yes. Jewel, I am so happy to have you on this morning. I want to just start off by saying I was excited when I learned that you would be a guest on the show today because I've wanted to meet you for years now. For years now.
We have to make that happen.
we have got to plan an in-person meeting and connect on some level for something. Yes, you are definitely a person that I've been looking forward to meeting because you are such an inspiration for so many people. Today, I want to dive into personal growth, emotional wellness, faith, all the things that you're good at. And I'm just excited to explore your wisdom on some of these things this morning. Yeah. How are you?
Well, I'm glad to be standing in your sunshine. This is my spiritual assignment. This is what I do, boo.
This is what I do, boo. I know that's right. I
Yes.
know that's right. And I love it because we do need to stand inside of our assignments with boldness and confidence. And it's not arrogant and cocky. It's just, this is what I do, boo.
There you go. There
And
you
that's,
go. And if we can be an example for others to do it, it doesn't mean that we won't have issues. It doesn't mean that everybody's going to get us. But let me tell you, when you stand in your own power and authority and you are walking those shoes that were designed for you, let me tell you, that is the best spiritual medicine. That is the best equalizer when things are going crazy, is knowing that you're walking in your purpose.
well, when you know, when you finally figure out what your purpose
Mm-hmm.
is, I love it because you know what to say yes to and what to say no to. You know how to allocate your precious limited time, and
Mm-hmm.
you gain the most fulfillment. Yeah,
I believe it. I love the phrase full thrillment. I think it was,
full
oh, Lord.
thrillment.
Yeah, that was a Reverend Ike wordsmith phrase that I love. Full thrillment. It's a thrill to be able to wake up without an alarm clock. You're not watching the clock. You know that all your needs are going to be provided because you are actually a servant in the universe. You're doing your part, and you don't have time to focus on people or projects or places that are not in alignment with your purpose. And so, my God, it's a great, as I say, it's an equalizer. A lot of people are out of balance because they go to jobs they don't like, their relationships they don't like their body, they don't like where they live.
Ooh.
And so once you step into your spiritual assignment, those things are not highly ranked anymore because you love the idea that you have been obedient and that you're making an impact on people's lives. I have no idea of the lives that I've impacted, just as you don't know. Even being on the radio, we don't know who's listening. But if we are authentic in our purpose, something is going to land. Something is going to impact someone's life, that they'll do something
More
different.
first.
They'll eat differently, or they'll think differently. They'll love differently. They'll work differently. They'll serve differently. They'll dress differently. They'll talk differently,
Hmm.
because of something that is the energy that is going forth. So thank you, thank you, thank you for having me on this morning. Blessings to our sister Dominique. I've been on
Yeah.
her show over the years. I mean, it's probably been about 15 years.
Yeah.
Wherever she is, she invites me. So I'm always honored that she does that.
And you know what? It's because she's been in the game for so very long, very seasoned
Oh, yes.
personality, which is why I say I'm honored to sit in her stead. But you've said something that I think we can all hang a hat on. You never know who's listening, you never know who's watching. And I don't mean on the
Right.
radio, I mean in your everyday life and as you move about the planet in your own world. You don't know who's listening, you don't know who's watching, you don't know who you're affecting and how you're affecting. Good example is just today, this morning, I'm like, hey, Jewel Diamond Taylor, I've been wanting to meet you for years. How would you know? Right? There's no way to know.
No way.
Yeah, I want to just a curious question. I know that you're the founder of Women on the Grow, and I want to talk about that. So many people on the Grow, but also an Emmy award winning associate producer. Can you let us know where you won an Emmy? It's such a big deal to win an Emmy. Oh my gosh, we can't just slide over that like we didn't hear Emmy award winning. Can you tell
Yeah.
me a little bit about that award winning work?
Well, actually, it's an example of what you're not even seeking, and then you get validation that you're on purpose. I never set out and said, "Oh, I want an Emmy." It wasn't on my vision
Yeah.
board. It wasn't in my prayers, my meditation. But I was aligned with a dynamic woman. I call her visionary. She's a strategist, and she, because of her work in the state of Washington, her name is Melanie Denise Cunningham. Uh, her platform is always about racial reconciliation. And because of her work in the state of Washington, she won 2 tickets to go to the, oh my goodness, my mind is drawing a blank.
Doesn't it happen? I hate when that happens.
Yeah, I'm telling you, to go to Norway and to get for the Peace Awards. And while we were there for 2 weeks, and she decided to bring along a film crew that followed us, and we interviewed people, blacks and non-blacks in Norway, to understand how the race reconciliation is happening there, because their brand is they're the happiest place to live in the world. And we pulled back the covers and we saw what was really going on, and we were able to get some really candid, authentic conversations about race healing. And because of that documentary, and the Emmys are regional, so ours was for the region of the West Coast.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, so it was something that I wasn't seeking, but I'm very proud of the work. I'm very proud that she invited me to be a part of that amazing journey, to go to Norway and speak to people on all walks of life about race and the history behind the racism in Norway. It was just amazing.
Well, it sounds, their land. Yeah,
their land was stolen. And, it was stolen.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of tension about restoring their traditions and not erasing their history. So it just duplicated what we know is happening in America. It just happened to be happening in Norway. And so I had no idea that that's where I would be invited to, but it was a tremendous honor.
Yeah, it sounds like work that, like you said, you don't wake up and think, I want to do work on the history of Norway, but it's a thing that kind of happens. Well, I'll tell you, I am excited to explore your wisdom on goal setting. I don't know, maybe managing family dynamics and thriving. I want to get into some realistic and meaningful goals, maybe some personal insights. There's so many ways that we can go, so many bags that we can jump into. And excitedly, I will be looking forward to doing that. So for all of you, please hang with me. We are going to take a small pause, but more with Jewel Diamond Taylor when we come forward right here on First Things First with Dominique DiPrima.
More of First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
This season, Chevy brings classic pairings, cookies and milk, mistletoe and kisses, and your holiday plans and a new Chevy. Silverado 1500 gives you power and capability with 430 pound-feet of torque to haul your holiday tree. The Equinox EV and all-new Equinox, America's best compact SUV for new vehicle quality by J.D. Power, offer both confidence and style to see you through the holiday season. It's easy to see why Chevy makes everything better and brighter. Find your red tag. Get 0% APR financing for 36 months on select popular Chevy models when you finance with GM Financial. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. Award based on 2024 models. For J.D. Power 2024 U.S. Initial Quality Study award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Offer available on all 2025 Equinox and 2024 Equinox EV, Blazer EV, and Silverado EV models. Monthly payment is $27.78 for every $1,000 you finance. Example down payment is 26.8%. Must finance with GM Financial. Some customers may not qualify. Not available with lease and some other offers. Take new retail delivery by 1/2/25.
As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust Febreze car vent clips, featuring 3 distinct intensity settings, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing. Which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up, Oscar!
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. But LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our US-based restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
An official message from Medicare.
Couple more minutes, and we'll start this month's book club.
You know, I usually love a plot twist, but this year, I'm comparing my options during Medicare open enrollment.
You can't assume your current health or drug plan is the best one for you.
And you gotta make sure your drugs are covered. That's important.
So is saving money.
Review all your options at Medicare.gov. Open enrollment ends December 7th. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
The conversation continues right now with Dominique DiPrima on First Things First.
Welcome forward. You are tuned in to First Things First with Dominique DiPrima. If you are just joining us, no, I am not Dominique DiPrima, but I am honored to sit in for her today. My name is Dr. Sunshine Crawford. I'm also host of the Dr. Sunshine Show, which airs right here every Sunday morning from 8 to 9 a.m. I am joined today with a very dynamic woman, Jewel Diamond Taylor. Jewel, welcome forward.
I love being in your space today. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, absolutely. The feeling is mutual. So listen, I want a personal question, not too personal though, kind of surface level personal. With everything that you have accomplished, and you've done a lot, from speaking internationally to founding Women on the Grow. I want to talk more about Women on the Grow, but what personal growth, practice has been most transformative for you? I'll start there.
One of them is doing my shadow work and telling the truth to myself. Telling the truth to myself where I've settled, where I didn't tell the truth, where I took shortcuts, where I broke promises to myself, telling the truth about what I really want in life, telling the truth to myself about boundaries that I needed to set, because in my earlier life, I was so much of a people pleaser, so much of a giver, and I had to understand my worth. That was huge.
Yes.
Understanding my worth. Mm-hmm. I come from an era. I grew up in Compton, California. I was born in Washington, D.C. Okay, in the house. And in the era that I grew up in, you didn't have words like self-worth and affirmations and meditations. Wow. Yeah. And you didn't have words like self-esteem. And my tag is the self-esteem doctor. So in helping others, I helped myself. If you help someone cross the river, then you get on the other side too. And I've helped thousands of women get across the river of self-doubt, cross the river of abuse, cross the river of limited thinking, crossing the river of procrastination, crossing the river of settling. And so as I helped them, I was helping myself.
Yeah. So I often say, I often say, your healing oftentimes is wrapped up and contingent upon your willingness to help heal someone else. When you help someone else, you literally go deeper into your own healing process each time you help someone go deeper into theirs. So I definitely can relate to that. Let me ask you a question. I, by profession, obviously, I'm a radio host, but also a psychotherapist. And oftentimes I encounter people who are people pleasers. I hear you say at one point you were a people pleaser. How did you unravel that and move into more healthy spaces that thought more of yourself?
Well, it's usually unconscious. I was the oldest of 3 siblings. I had interesting dynamics in our family where our mother was depressed and divorced, and then remarried and married someone very controlling, good provider, but very controlling. So unconsciously, I took on the role. I will bring the peace. I will take care of everyone. So it wasn't something I volunteered for. It was my survival.
That's
it
how
was
it
my
starts.
way of surviving in a toxic, environment. So I always enjoyed psychology. It's the only classes I ever got A's in. So I just gravitated towards anything that had to do with human behavior. So that's in my DNA. So so of course, by me having the experience of the consequences of being a people pleaser and an overgiver, because I lent myself to the information that would free me from that, I was able to be more relevant to the women I counsel and coach and speak to from podiums and pulpits, because I was able to relate to those experiences. Because I watched my mother die of cancer and my 38-year-old son die of cancer.
Wow.
Not knowing that the gift in that would be that I would teach resiliency. So a lot of the experiences that we live through, it's for the benefit of others. We think, I try to help women not to have a victim mentality. Look for the gold in it. What can you get out of this? And so, as a nonprofit leader myself, I work with so many other nonprofit leaders, and their purpose and organization was born out of their own experience of abuse, being unsheltered, having mental illness, having addictions, being in prison. So the one thing that is in common with most leaders that turn their wounds into wisdom is because they experienced something.
Yes.
So once I did my own work of help, what happens is that when you have a gift, it makes room for you, and it makes room for people to gravitate to you, because they're like, this person has a light. This person has some wisdom. This person has something that I need. And because you already have that in your biology, they relate to it. But then you took the step to learn how to free them from that. So it's a beautiful synchronicity, a spiritual synchronicity that happens, that out of our woundedness, if we don't become a victim, we become a healer.
If we don't become a victim, we become a healer. I absolutely love that. On the flip side to that, I like to think that we're not victims of our circumstances. We're still here. So we're survivors of our circumstances. And as survivors, we have the ability, if we so choose to pay our experiences forward to people who may be going through currently the thing that we have survived, to be the person that we needed when we were in the circumstance. You know what I mean?
Exactly. You do become the person you needed. And so the little girl in you, or the little boy in you that is hurting and feels abandoned, rejected, invisible, unloved, they never go away.
No, they do not grow in years with you. They stay stuck right there as you grow
so you learn
in
to
years.
Speak to them.
Yeah,
you learn to speak to them and say, I'm here for you. I got you. I'm not going to neglect you. And so being healed doesn't mean that everything is erased. It means that you're no longer triggered by it.
Right.
So a lot of people need to understand, what does healing mean? What does that look like? And so a lot of times people feel like you're discounting or minimizing their trauma. I'm a trauma-informed counselor. So again, these were not words that I learned in college in the 60s and 70s. That's when I was going to college. Okay. So
right.
we didn't have that terminology. So I had to grow with the times. I had to stay connected to my industry and stay in my lane and perfect it, so that as new information was being revealed and more dots were being connected, it made me more effective, because we don't want to tell a woman who's been raped or a person that's experienced poverty, oh, it didn't happen. Oh, it happened. But now I provide them with the tools to unpack that and put it in its proper place. So that you're not walking around, identifying yourself as the abused,
right.
as
identifying as exactly. Yeah. There's a phrase that I absolutely dislike, and it is just get over it. No, don't just get
don't.
over it. You can't just get over it. If that were an option, then obviously we all would. I also don't like
Right.
forget it and move on.
No.
Because I'm going to encourage you not to forget it. I'm going to encourage you to remember it so that you don't repeat it, so that you can learn from it. And you can, again, help somebody else who's currently going through. Let me move and ask you this question. So the holidays, we're upon the holidays, and I want to dedicate at least a portion of each hour today to people who may be struggling during the holidays. So we know that it is, in fact, the most wonderful time of the year. And I say, in fact, very loosely and somewhat sarcastically, because for a lot of people, it is not the most wonderful time of the year. It's actually the most overwhelming time of the year. And so I definitely want to jump into that bag. I want to talk about holiday challenges, and Diamond, I want to also get into maybe how you can help guide us through some of those challenges. And we're going to take a pause for the cause. We have some news and information. And when we come forward, I want to talk about the overwhelm of the holiday season as we are sliding into them. So stay with me, folks. We've got so much more to talk about when we come forward.
Say the quiet part out loud. KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Bree Wood with 4 things you should know from BIN News. A ceasefire has taken effect between Israel and Hezbollah militants in Lebanon. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says he agreed to the 60-day ceasefire to give his troops a break and so they could focus on the Palestinian militant group Hamas and the Iranian threat. The stock market opened today after hitting record highs yesterday. Investors are watching for third quarter GDP revisions, personal income and spending data, and early weekly jobless claims due to Thanksgiving. The USDA is reviewing a complaint against the Alpha Genesis Primate Center in South Carolina. This comes after 43 monkeys escaped from the facility earlier this month. The complaint accuses the facility of violating the Animal Welfare Act. And Instagram's Threads platform has nearly 35 million new users this month. Meta has been trying to lure in users leaving X and keep an edge over a similar new platform called Blue Sky. Get BIN News on demand 24/7 at BINnews.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. I started Blindster in 2010 in my garage after I overpaid for new blinds. I researched the industry, hired my mom, and 14 years later, we're one of the largest retailers of custom blinds in the U.S. Don't pay too much for new blinds. Go to Blindster.com.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580.
Tips to help improve basic steps for building a budget in 2024. Building a budget can help you achieve and reach your financial goals. With a budget, you can keep track of your spending, avoid and get out of debt, limit overspending, pay bills on time, and build solid savings habits. What's the best way to get started? Figure out how much to set aside for expenses, like rent, mortgage, bills, groceries, and entertainment. Understanding your past financial habits can help you make the proper adjustments for your budget. Adjusting to a budget can take time as you work to find the right balance, but keep working on it. For more financial health tips, visit chase.com or stop by a local branch. This segment is sponsored by J.P. Morgan Chase & Company.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The Lakers lost by 27 last night in Phoenix. Third straight loss for the Lakers, who made only 8 of 32 three-pointers. It might be time for Lakers coach J.J. Redick to tell his players to go to the...
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code SNAP to get an extra 35 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code SNAP for a 35 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code SNAP for a 35 cents per gallon bonus.
So this new dose is, nope, that's not it. The price is nowhere to be found.
Mr. Green? Hi, it's all good. We've got this.
This is not just help from a Walgreens pharmacist.
Oh, new prescriptions. Cool. Let me check to see if these are the lowest cost options covered by your Medicare plan.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
This is someone supporting you every step of the way. Chat with a pharmacist today to find help saving. This is the human kind of help. Walgreens.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks Vapors in an easy-to-apply stick. And it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And when you need more comfort for yourself, try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors. Use as directed. Vapo Stick for use ages 4 and up. Vapo Shower Max used for adults only.
We've got a lot to talk about.
I'm Reverend Gerald, the life coach. Is someone you love struggling with addiction and mental illness? Is improving your family's health important? Want to leave a legacy that your family can grow? Are you ready to enhance your perception of life experiences? Then wake up weekends at 7 a.m. with Urban Family Focus and get the wisdom, opportunity, resources, and motivation to live your best life. Join the conversation on Urban Family Focus Saturday and Sunday at 7 a.m.
Unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black. Heard any other talk radio lately that sounds anything like this? We didn't think so. You're listening to Unapologetically Progressive. KBLA Talk 1580.
Somebody that just loves to learn, and another child grows up to be somebody you just love to burn. Mom loves the both of them.
It's a family affair. It's a family affair, good people. And we are quickly approaching a holiday that is typically set aside for families. Welcome forward. You are tapped into First Things First with Dominique DiPrima. No, I'm not Dominique, but I am sitting in for Dominique today. My name is Dr. Sunshine Crawford, host of the Dr. Sunshine Show, which airs right here on KBLA Talk 1580 on Sunday mornings from 8 to 9 a.m. Listen, people, I want to pause and share some really exciting news with you that I'm personally excited about. I will be releasing my very first book on Friday, Black Friday, day after tomorrow, day after Thanksgiving. It's called Employ Your Pain, Putting the Hurt to Work for You. Grab your copy of this. You don't want to miss it. If I don't say so myself, you definitely want to grab a copy. It's all about transforming your pain, your personal, emotional, psychological, mental, spiritual pain into power and into purpose. You can grab it on all major online bookstores, Book Baby, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, etc. And it is officially being released on Friday. With that, I have another very seasoned author. Not only is she an author, but she's a renowned life coach. She's an emotional wellness educator. And this is huge. She is an Emmy Award-winning associate producer. We have already begun unpacking so much of what she does in the first half of the hour. I'm looking forward to this second half of the hour. Welcome forward, and let's jump right back into it. Jewel Diamond Taylor.
And congratulations. How exciting. Publishing your first book.
I'm excited.
I remember that feeling.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
It's exciting
and I love
to go.
what it says, putting your pain to work. That's a good way of putting it. How do you heal? You got to use the pain.
Absolutely.
You can't ignore it.
And we kind of talked. Well, thank you. First of all, I do want to pause and receive the flowers. Thank you. Definitely don't want to talk over that. But we actually spoke up on some of the key principles of the book, and it is to take your victim mentality, shift it to a survivor mentality, and then pay it forward. Your healing is wrapped up inside of that. That is a big a big point that is thoroughly parsed out in the book. But for now, I want to chat more with you. And I want to jump into the complexities of the holiday season. It's the greatest, most wonderful time of the year for a lot of people, but overwhelming to so many more people. And sometimes they often get overlooked. So for people who find the holidays overwhelming, what do you think or why do you think this time of year is so significant for self-reflection and goal setting?
Well, I want to speak to the ones that are saying under their breath, I wish we could just pass over and skip these holidays.
Please.
I want to give voice to those people. Because it is such a hyped up time of the year. And I have my 7 rules to follow through the holidays, and I want to share that quickly with you.
We want to grab your pens. Let's put pen to paper, folks.
Yeah, because as you said, it's not a wonderful time of the year for everyone. And so we have to acknowledge the contrast that happen during the holidays. There's music and parties and food and drinking and celebration and shopping. But there's an underlying current of stress that happens that a lot of people don't like to speak to. So the first one is the difficult conversations that people have during the holidays, that they have to deal and navigate those conversations with blended families and the person who's missing from the table and the drama that goes on when people come together. You got to really be careful about those difficult conversations and know that you don't owe anybody explanations. Don't get pulled into the drama. Matter of fact, think ahead of time. If you're going to go and you know the pattern of your family, already have your response in your mind, what you're going to say. You don't want to overreact. You don't want to get pulled into the drama. The second thing is be aware of the drinking.
Wait, hold on.
You're saying the drinking and the, pardon me?
I'm sorry. You're saying have pre-programmed answers in order to respond or to deal in those difficult conversations. So already have some okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, like, why aren't you married? Are you married yet?
Right.
why don't you have a job yet? Or, who are you dating? And then you have the complexities of blended families coming together. Like, who was that? And why isn't so-and-so here? So it's a lot of landmines during the holidays when you come together. And the second D is to watch out for the drinking and the driving. A lot of social gatherings are happening. Please pay attention on the highways. And if you are a drinker, make sure you monitor that, because maybe you did good all year and now you're drinking because you have a reason to drink and it can get out of control. The third D is because of distance. People are living apart from one another. I know that's the case with my family. Living in different states, you don't get to have that closeness. You don't get to have those traditional Hallmark card type of celebrations, and you fall into the next D, which is depression.
Yes.
A lot of people are depressed. There are a lot of people that are single. There are a lot of people that are caregiving for others, and they don't have the time, the money, or the energy for the holidays because they're dealing with caring for a spouse or a child or a friend or a grandparent. And so depression is a real big issue during the holidays.
For sure.
Depressed that they can't buy presents.
Yes.
Depressed that they don't have family. Depressed that, they got to, like, for instance, I got to buy some brakes in the next day or so. That's going to take away from my Christmas shopping.
Right.
So these unexpected expenses that come up, which lead to the next D. Be careful of going into debt, trying to impress other people. People have lost the reason for the season, and it's become, you got Black Fridays, you got Christmas sales, and you got Amazon, you got all these temptations that are going to put people into debt. And I tell people, practice plastic surgery. Cut up the credit card. I'm not gonna
plastic
cut mine up.
Surgery. Got you.
Yeah,
I know what you mean. Metaphorically, cut those credit cards off.
Metaphorically, don't pull them out, okay? And so please don't go into debt trying to impress other people. Be practical. Be honest. Do some homemade things if you have to. Bake something. Remember, Kwanzaa is a great time to celebrate family, and it's about tradition, it's about history, it's about doing things with your hands and creating crafts and creating memories. So these are some of the things that I talk about when it comes to the holidays. The other thing is drama. If you know there's a lot of drama going on, excuse yourself. I know a lot of friends of mine that because the holidays trigger them so painfully, they planned already months in advance. Oh, girl, I'm going to be in Jamaica. I'm going here. I'm going there. I'm going on a cruise. They don't. Yeah. They plan in advance. They're not going to be a part of the drama. So please be aware of the difficult discussions, the drinking and the driving, the distance that can create a lot of depression, the debt, and the other D is a lot of divorces. When there's a lot of divorces happening, it brings a lot of pain to people. Missing that partner, missing the lifestyle. They've had to move. They're still trying to heal their heart. They're still trying to forgive. They're still trying to deal with the heavy emotions of the brokenness of family. And then you've got the drama. So those are the things that I talk about during the holidays. And, fine, if you get an invitation to go somewhere and you may say, oh, I don't want to go. Sometimes you got to really encourage yourself to not isolate during the holidays.
Right.
That is the worst thing to do, because now that enemy inside of you, the enemy, what's in me, that voice will tell you you're not lovable, you're not wanted, you're ugly, you're stupid. Nobody loves you. You don't have any friends. You don't have a social life. And if you're scrolling on social media, let me tell you, please reduce that, because people are only going to show you one slice of life, and you're going to find yourself comparing your life to what you see on social media. Yes, there are a lot of beautiful people that have beautiful families, beautiful homes. They're doing things that got beautiful presents. But that's just one scenario on the spectrum of life. There's all different types of family dynamics.
For sure.
And, yeah. And social media it's like a double-edged sword. It brings a lot of positive, but it also introduces this element of comparing yourself. So I would just really put out a warning. Please minimize that. You could fall into a very terrible, depressed state by constantly looking what other people have instead of focusing on what you have. Focus on gratitude. Make a list of the things that you are grateful for. It just changes your whole mindset when you can focus on the blessings that you do have. And then think about how you can bless others. If you're so focused on what you don't have and that you're by yourself or you don't have a lot of family members, they're in a different state, then focus on blessing others around you. This is what we do with my nonprofit outreach. We sent money to several single moms to buy groceries. We take diapers to the homes where women are sheltered from abusive relationships in secrecy. And, when I call and say, what do you need? They say, we need diapers and we need wipes. Nobody ever says we need toys. They need the basic things.
It's true. Those basic necessities, the things we need just to get by. I tell you, you've given so many tips. I'm hoping that people had a chance to really take in the 7 Ds of the holidays. I'm just going to review them. Difficult conversations. Watch out for drinking and driving. Don't do it. Distance, because so many people are far away. Depression, debt, drama, divorce. And I want to add a couple Ds to this list. Debbie Downer. Listen, don't bring the Debbie Downer to the festive holiday. We are trying to give you, Jewel, Diamond, Taylor, and we're trying to give you tips so that you can lift your spirit and be a part of the festivities that are going on. We want you to do that. And we also know, as you stated, withdrawal and isolating is kryptonite to your spirit. So we thrive in community. Healing is inside of community. It is not in isolation. So let's get out of, if you can, let's find ways, like all of the stuff that Jewel Diamond Taylor is sharing with us right now, find ways to lift spirits, not be Debbie Downers, and, but at the same time, be true and authentic with how we feel and where we are at the same time. Listen, there is yet so much more to unpack. I am joined here today with Jewel Diamond Taylor, and if you are just tuning in with us, you already see the train has left the station. I'm glad that you are aboard. When we come forward, let's talk about overcoming some obstacles. Maybe we can talk in personal growth and getting out of ruts. Maybe we can talk about developing emotional awareness. There are so many places we can go. There are so many bags we can jump into. We're going to do that. You're tapped in right now to First Things First with Dominique DiPrima. So much more to talk about, and we'll do it when we come forward.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward. We've got a lot to talk about.
I'm Reverend Gerald, the life coach. Is someone you love struggling with addiction and mental illness? Is improving your family's health important? Want to leave a legacy that your family can grow? Are you ready to enhance your perception of life experiences? Then wake up weekends at 7 a.m. with Urban Family Focus and get the wisdom, opportunity, resources, and motivation to live your best life. Join the conversation on Urban Family Focus Saturday and Sunday at 7 a.m.
Unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 is committed to self-care and community well-being. Walk Good LA was formed in June 2020, inspired by the Black Lives Matter movement and the beginning stages of the COVID-19 pandemic. What began as a few minutes of breath work and yoga meditation before protests against police brutality turned into a safe space for the community to heal in hard times. The immensely positive response from the community transformed the momentum into a movement. Today, Walk Good LA is is a black and brown-led community wellness organization based in Los Angeles. They provide spaces for healing through community yoga classes, guided meditations, hikes, run clubs, and other activations throughout Los Angeles that attract hundreds of members weekly. With the help of Propel and Michael B. Jordan, they now have a yoga and wellness studio in Los Angeles called the Walk Good Yard. To join their mailing list and connect with healing spaces, please visit walkgoodla.org. That's walkgoodla.org. Or find them on Instagram at walkgoodla. This is a community call to action, a community call to healing from KBLA Talk 1580.
Are you an entrepreneur looking to take your business to new heights? KBLA Talk 1580 is your partner in success. Every day, we celebrate and elevate Black-owned businesses across our community. Our KBLA SMB Marketplace currently features The Cookie Dip, Badass Bakes, Hair Concoction, Higher Education Accreditation Consulting, LACC Radiology Technology Department, and Malik Books. Your business deserves to be heard. Let KBLA Talk 1580 amplify your voice and connect you with our powerful community of listeners. Email smb@kbla1580.com today. That's smb@kbla1580.com. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GPL.
This is KBLA Talk 1580, where hate loses and love wins.
Welcome forward. And thanks so much for tapping in to First Things First with Dominique DiPrima. I am sitting in for Dominique today. I am Dr. Sunshine Crawford, host of the Dr. Sunshine Show. Joined with me this morning is none other than Jewel Diamond Taylor. Jewel, you are dropping the jewels today, this morning. And
that's what I do, boo.
Yeah, that's what I do, boo. You know, I love that, right? So let me ask you, I keep saying Jewel. I'm so drawn into the jewel in the Jewel Diamond Taylor. I love that. Jewel and Diamond. You talk about mind success. How can listeners apply this mindset to create goals that really stick?
That's a really big question. I'm going to try to give you some simple, practical things. But first, I'd like to ask, I have a lot of listeners that are texting me and asking me, is there a number to call in for questions?
Absolutely.
Are you doing that?
I sure
am. You may
am.
want to announce that because I have a lot of people texting me
well, actually, that's
that are listening.
Wonderful. We actually have a caller on the line now. And if you would like to join the conversation and be a caller on the line, a co-guest with us, a part of this discussion, 1-800-920-1580. That's 1-800-920-1580. And with that, Jewel, let's just pop right over to the phone lines. I have Barbara on the line right now from Orange County. Good morning, Barbara, and welcome to First Things First.
Thank you for taking my call. I just want to say, when you're asking what do those people need in shelters, they need adult diapers, because if they're taking care of people with dementia, if they're taking care of people with dementia or Alzheimer's, they need adult diapers.
Yes, excellent point. Excellent.
Excellent point. If I don't say so myself.
Like I said, it's the practical things that are so expensive.
Yeah, and those are the things that we don't think about Jewel. Those are the things that we don't think about. I do. So thank you so much, Barbara, for calling with that insight. You know, I think what the goal here is to shift our thinking during these times to, you know, the cream, the cherry on top, and get down to the nitty gritty. Because if you are an adult or a child who needs diapers, I think that is obviously more important than a rattle, a toy, or, you know, things of that sort. Yeah.
And if I could add this too, Barbara, if you or someone you know that is in need, please give your information to Dr. Shalonda. In my organization, we are a nonprofit outreach, Women on the Grow. We will be happy to supply that. Also, we have a wonderful young lady in our tribe that can connect you with a resource that offers them to you free.
Is that you got that, Barbara?
Yeah, can I say one more thing?
Sure.
Our seniors, our singles from our church used to, when we didn't have anything to do for the holidays, we get together as a group and go down to the Union Rescue Mission downtown LA and help them serve people.
Yep. It's a wonderful medicine for the soul. It's stop focusing on yourself and be a blessing to others. To me, that is what the holidays
That's what it's all about.
How can we be a gift?
How can we make our lives a gift? Okay, thank you so much, Barbara, for calling in and sharing your wisdom with us. Okay, Jewel Diamond, the hour has betrayed us. It's gone by so quickly. I would love to do just a quick fire. I call it the quick fire. It's a quick round of fun. 4 quick questions for you. And if you can, let's just see. Whatever comes to mind, all right? You ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Here we go. Your favorite holiday tradition?
Just being with family and friends.
A book or book quote that changed your life? Ooh, okay.
Well, I've written 8 or 9 books. So my books, one of the main popular quotes is the main thing is to keep the main thing the main thing.
The main thing. What's your guilty pleasure food during the holidays?
Sweets. Anything sweet.
Anything sweet.
Yeah.
You're going for it all. Banana pudding, sweet potato pie, peach cobbler, pound cake, butter cake. You're doing it all.
Peach cobbler. Yeah, peach cobbler is the one.
Okay. Listen, it's been fun. It's been enlightening. It's been my absolute pleasure. Thanks so much, Jewel Diamond Taylor, for joining me today on First Things First with Dominique DiPrima. To all of you listening, we have another hour of power, another hour of power. So make sure that you stay with me right here. First Things First with Dominique DiPrima on KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with 4 things you should know from BIN.